The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Thursday, Players Lounge, let's ride.
Thirsty Thursdays, baby. Thirsty Thursdays.
Players Lounge is brought to you by Tostitos. Thoughts and prayers to Heckma Harris.
Yeah. Gotta get right, baby. Get right.
Out.
Healthy. Get well soon, my brother. So we can come in here and give you a hard time about these Eagles being trash.
He ain't getting out of that one. He gonna be back before that. He ain't getting out of that one.
What would Heckma do if Jalen Hurts wins the MVP?
He would say that the whole thing is rigged.
Yep, exactly. He'd come in here talking about, it's their competition they played, and that. He would make up some excuse. He'd make up something. you know it.
All right. Our two former players are Danny McCray and Barry Church,
Yes,
both
sir.
former Cowboys safeties right here. A lot to get to today. Can I come out and just say I was right about something?
What you talking about there, Newey? What you talking about?
Few and far in between. So, you may as well go ahead and say it.
Jason Garrett is doing exactly what I said he would do. I told you he would be good in the booth. And it looks like Jason Garrett may parlay this thing into the Stanford head coaching job. He tried to get the Duke job last year. I said he shouldn't have got it. They absolutely hired the right person for the job. And Duke football had a very good year. But Jason Garrett at Stanford, I could see it working. I could see it working from the standpoint of I think Jason Garrett would be a very good college recruiter when you talk about what Stanford has to offer. Going in there selling it to these kids. He's an Ivy League guy. Stanford, it'll work. Now, it's not a good job anymore. The problem for that is there's all that NIL. Stanford not trying to really get all in the NIL, I'm told. And that was the only reason I'm told. That's the David Shaw's like, portal, you guys aren't trying, we're not trying to play in the portal here, Stanford. Not exactly easy to get your stuff on,
Stuff.
Kind of hard to go from Boise to Stanford. The transfer portal, like the old boy who was over there at Mississippi State put his stuff out there and said, Mike Lee said I'm soft, and he glad I'm gone. Kind of hard to try and get that dude from Mississippi State over to Stanford in the portal.
Yeah,
so the Stanford job could be a tough job, in this new world order that they're in right now. But I expect Jason Garrett to coach again. I think he would be a better college coach than NFL coach because
I was waiting for you to get to the coaching part because I was like, you said everything positive except he's going to do a good job with coaching these kids.
Oh, no.
I was waiting.
If he gets the right coaches, because that's what this whole thing about.
Oh, yeah.
If he gets the right coaches, the CEO part of it, I think Jason can do that very well.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I've always thought Jason could be a better college coach than NFL coach because, like the fight T-shirts and programs and all that kind of stuff, man, that stuff's perfect for kids. Stanford kids, too. I think he could do a really
McCarthy
good job.
got the T-shirts, too, bro. Victory.
Smashing watermelons.
Yeah. Don't be acting like it's just him. See, because I know he will build them up so you can knock them down just a little bit. All the stuff he was doing here was good for college kids. Man, they got resilience is the word of the season.
Resilience.
They had victory shirts last time. Every time I walk through there, I still see the sayings up. All right, they got their own saying. McCarthy got his own sayings. So I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you, I think for college, this would boom perfectly. I put it like this. I think this could be good for Stanford. I don't know the other names for him, but I expect this man to be in the room with the last man standing here. So, and I think he could get this done. I think he could pull this off.
Yeah, I think he would fit perfect over there at Stanford. You're right. I think he brings the right demeanor, the right message to those type of kids, and I think he would do a good job. But like you were saying, I think it's all about who he puts around him. We saw what McCarthy did when he first got up there and who he put around him, the Nolans of the world and that thing. And that we all saw how much of a dumpster fire that was. He ended up getting the right people around him. And look at his team these past 2 years. So I think it definitely proves dividends if he gets the right coaches around him to make that program bolster. But I think if he were to get that job, I think it would be a great hire, and I think he would turn that program around.
I love to see him go to a school where NIL is a big deal, where they're allowing these kids to make money so you can get that type of talent. Deion is going to do that. The schools in the SEC, they are going to do that.
And they was doing it before.
Yeah, and like I want him to be successful in his next coaching job. And I just feel like if you at one of those schools, I know it's harder to get the coaching jobs in the SEC and the ACC, depending on what school you're going to. But if one of those became available, I would pick one of those first. But perfect fit for Stanford, he's Jason Garrett. He's an Ivy League.
He's buttoned up. You know what I mean?
He's a guy.
One of those guys.
But he's also one of those guys who, if you step in like a Brian, like I had no faith in Brian and Kelly this year.
Yeah.
I had no faith in him.
I mean, Brian's a good coach.
No. The man came down to Baton Rouge with the fake Louisiana accent.
He did.
Okay? And them people can spot a fake when they see one. All right? And you have to have a certain type of demeanor and personality when you go to a school like LSU. You got to be able to act like them, talk like them, relate to them when you recruit those type of kids from Louisiana, from Texas, from Florida. And if you can't, then you're going to struggle. When he came down with the fake accent, I was like, this dude lost.
It's a wrap. It's all the way.
But prove me wrong.
He turned it around.
Prove me wrong. So when I see him do that, I say Jason Garrett's a buttoned-up guy. You think of him as an Ivy League guy. Mm-hmm. But then I believe that he would also be a good coach in a situation like Louisiana or a situation like Alabama or Florida school where he can also talk and relate to those guys if he gets the right coaches around him. Maybe bring in Dez as a receiver coach.
Hey, holla at me. Need a DB coach, man. Hey.
I'm joking, Nui. It's a joke,
the
bro.
The Dez tapes?
It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Dez ain't trying to coach. Y'all ain't finna give you that. Bring in Barry. But you can't be dressing like that going into none of the recruits. Nah, you got to put the J's on, my brother.
You got to put the J's on?
Yeah. Hey, man, rest in peace to my man, Gary Brown. He came with the footwork, all right?
Every day was something special.
And related to those running backs. They respected the guy.
Yeah, it's facts.
Well, good luck to Jason. He's apparently a finalist for the job. He at least will know one of the players on his football team if he gets the Stanford job. That'll be Emmitt Smith's son, who's a running back there at Stanford.
Yes.
So, anyway,
you think he would lead the booth?
Yeah.
I think he seems like a natural fit. Like he feels very comfortable up there, giving his opinions. He doesn't get a lot of criticism.
Barry, don't you know what this whole play is about? This whole play was about getting back
into the coach. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying
the thing is a bird dog deal, and he's not the only one doing it. All of them do it.
He look really good.
You know,
really good at the booth.
You know what you could put on hold? The booth.
The booth.
You know what you
can always come back to the booth.
You can always come back to the booth, especially if you show that you're good at it.
Yeah, he good.
What they gonna do?
Good.
Tom Brady supposed to be going to the booth. They got to wait. We'll wait till you retire. The booth will hold. All right, but when you got a good opportunity to go to a big time college program,
we'll see.
It's not going to always be available. So
yes. Speaking of the current Cowboys, you know who they said looked good yesterday, right?
Man, I read that.
Who you talking about?
No, until 7-7.
Oh my goodness. We saw him moseying along out there. Got his pads on. We seen him.
Tyron Smith said the man looked like he ain't lost no steps. Punch and pow. Like, wow, look at that.
It was never wrong with his play. It was the lower body.
Just saying.
It was the lower body.
I'm just saying. So we read it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard Church say this years ago. Looked like 2012 Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
I'm also watching TV this morning. Like me and Church has this conversation, okay? I wake up this morning, first thing I see is Brittany Griner's free. Shout out to her, she's free. Next thing I see is the Cowboys are about to get some firepower back. First person they named is James Washington. I said, oh man, what are we talking about? Next stat they showed was the Cowboys and their yards per game and their sacks given up with Tyron Smith in the game. Right under that, it said 13 games. Next to it, without. It said 32 since 2020. You want to ignore that?
You know what's going back.
Since 2020, 13 games with, 32 games without.
He ain't getting any younger. It ain't like them ligaments is getting any younger, man. So it's all about health when you talk about Tyron Smith. It ain't the play style. When he's healthy, he's still one of the best. It's just, can he be healthy?
Look,
for this stretch. Can he do it?
I can't guarantee you how long the ride is going to be, guys.
Sound like a couple quarters.
Hey, guys, I'm just telling you, they're telling me the ride is going to be back. So,
the attraction is back.
I hope you don't have to wait 45 minutes and they shut it down. But, right now, if you get in line here, in 10, 15 minutes, it's going to be good. It can be good. They're telling us it can be good. So, I'm just saying that's what they're saying. And they want their 5 best guys. So, not this week, but I'm going to Jacksonville. Your spot.
Duval.
Your spot. I needed a little place to go eat. So I need your spot. But that's where I expect to see 77 back on the field.
Real quick, Flying Iguana. That's where you got to go. Flying Iguana. You got to hit that up. Best tacos I've ever had in my life. Flying Iguana. But that's beside
in your life.
I'm telling you,
you live in Texas now.
Flying Iguana.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, right on the beach on Atlantic Boulevard.
I think the scenery got you, bro.
It's all in it. It all ties in. But I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, dog. Check it out. It's Flying Iguana. It's immaculate. So you don't think he's gonna be back this week? No, you don't see him coming back into Houston.
I think Jacksonville's where we're gonna see 7-7.
See him in Jacksonville. I think he's gonna be because you know what's happening that next week. You know who's coming down here that week after that.
I mean, if they're gonna be up 20 by the time they get off the bus, this might be one way to go ahead and get it done. But look, they're telling it. They're letting you know this is what we're going to do. This beats the alternative. Look, well, maybe I need another week. My head not right. Right now, all signs are pointing towards 77. How they decide to do it, which is an interesting thing because we talked about it on the Players Lounge. That they're saying that, he could come back, but maybe he doesn't start. Maybe they work him in.
Oh, the rotation.
What they've been doing. So I don't know. And Mike McCarthy's not one to sit around here and give us the game plans about what he's trying to do. So it will be interesting. But plan on Tyron Smith getting back into the lineup this month. I don't know what will happen with Odell Beckham Jr., but I know what's happening with Tyron Smith.
That story that went to the
exactly. Grand opening, grand closing.
That was fast.
That was a quick one, right?
Life comes at you really fast.
Man, I had to wait on trying to get my stuff done for the show last night. Well, let's wait to see if there's any Odell Beckham Jr. news. Let me help you out. There won't be.
Nah, he ain't. It's a wrap.
It's not gonna be look. We were gonna lead with it. Odell Beckham Jr.
I don't think it's a wrap, but
he still got a chance to come in.
Yeah. Maybe a couple weeks.
And so therein lies the whole thing of just so my news department. Hey, look, Odell Beckham. You guys realize, if they signed him, you're not going to see him anytime. You're going to see him till 2023.
You heard what he said? 5 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. But. In a newsroom full of people are just thinking that these things happen. I'm like, no. I ain't like he signed him today on the field. No.
Ain't going to be like that.
No, he's got to ramp up and just a lot of people seem to not appreciate what it takes to get ready to play in NFL games when you haven't played in one in forever today and you haven't had a training camp and everything. You don't just walk out there. I don't know why. People have this. I don't know why people don't understand this very aspect.
They think like it's riding a bike or something. We see how long it took Gallup to get really back, and he's still trying to work his way back to being the player he once was. It takes a while to get through, especially with an injury like that. But when you talk about Tyron Smith and you talk about the best 5, and he may come in here.
There you go.
Just rotating, man. That's one thing that I just can't see. The offensive line is one of those positions where you can't rotate your pieces. And I'm talking to Nate Newton, one of the best offensive linemen in Dallas Cowboys history. And he hated it when he saw them rotating the guard pieces, rotating Peters in there left and right. He believes that it's one of those units that you got to stick with it. It's all about the continuity. You can't have people rotating in and out. Defensive line, for sure. You got to have fresh pass rushers each and every time you get. The secondary, that's one of those times you don't rotate. Mm-hmm. Guys got to get into that rhythm. Linebacker, same thing. Wide receiver, you can rotate because you're running all these routes all over the place. You want to have fresh legs. Offensive line, that's one of those units where you cannot rotate, and I think it'll mess up the continuity. But I can see it happening. I can see them doing that, man.
Here's why I'll push back. This is a club that didn't have Tyler Smith take one snap at left tackle during training camp at all. Here comes the first game because of Tyler Smith. Go to left. I mean, And then we had Farnock, who ended up having to play because McGovern got hurt in week 2. So their first 3 weeks, man, they was juggling up people. They've been juggling and moving dudes all year long. And for the most part, and this is where I got to give Joe Philbin all the credit in the world, they've made it work. So if they're going to sit up here and do this, can we really sit up here and beat them up? Because they've made it work all year long. And I'll raise my hand. I'm like, man, you guys have done a disservice to Tyler Smith. It's not right what you've done. This guy hasn't spent any time. You're setting him up for failure. Done nothing but succeed.
So you do know, you started that conversation off, that your sentences, your whole point,
soliloquy,
by saying, I didn't want to steal that from Stephen A. Smith.
Monologue.
By saying, man, Tyler Smith didn't get no reps at left tackle. You do him a disservice. And because Tyron Smith went out there and got hurt in the first week, now he got to get thrown out there again. And what me and Church are saying is, you're looking at the same type of situation. All right, the dude is in a groove. It's flowing. Rolling. The 5 they got out there are being labeled as one of the top units in the NFL. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. And you risk that continuity when you decide, hey, man, you're playing really great at left tackle, so good, we're going to put you at left guard and put Tyron Smith back out there. And it doesn't hurt you because Tyron Smith isn't a good player. It hurts you because now there's doubt on what position you may be playing, because we ain't the only people that's saying, man, Tyron may get hurt again. The dudes in the locker room know that as well. So my man is sitting there like, man, I might play left guard for like a quarter or 2, but in the back of my mind, I know I need to make sure I have every technique and bit of film watched on left tackle as well, because it's a high chance that I may be back there very soon.
All right, this phrase I heard in counseling. I hear you.
My feelings are valid.
I hear you. I'm just telling you what they're telling us. This is what they're going to do.
No, I noticed what they're going to do.
And I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because what have we learned this year about the word trust? What does it require, church?
Oh, man.
Come on, church. All this time, man.
What is it? Proof, consistency. Then what's the last one? Time? There it is. Proof, consistency, and time.
Time,
baby.
proof, and consistency. That's trust. And I got to give them that right now. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. I hear you.
You hear me? I don't have that much trust in them because it wasn't too long ago when they messed over Terrence Steele. I need a full season of time, consistency. I need all that, a full season of it. Because right now we just went through the entire training camp and offseason with Tyler Smith playing left guard and Tyron Smith playing left tackle. All right? Trust. We trusted in them. Be like, yeah, Tyron Smith is healthy this year. Back to 2012, Tyron. He going to be okay. Tyler Smith going to play left guard. We trusted. We trusted. You did too. You just said it. They've been shaking it up because they trusted that Tyron Smith was going to be healthy at the beginning of the season. Man ain't played a game.
Not yet. Nope.
That's all I'm saying. You talk about trust. That trust started in week 1. It was broken in week 1. Now we figuring it out. Let my man Tyler Smith do his thing over there at left tackle. If you put Tyron Smith in, Britt, please, I just need a guarantee that the dude is going to be. But you can't give it to me.
And we ain't talking about just the health either. I mean, cardio got to be in. I mean, there ain't no way that man could just step on there and be ready for 55 plays, 60 snaps. It ain't no way. So you know what's going to happen. They're going to have him in there on a pitch count. Then they're going to start rotating. Somehow, some way, we're going to rotate these pieces in. And then there we go. Fantasy football all over again.
The only thing saving me is Britt. It's Britt Brown and Jim and she, knowing that they have had so much success with getting players back on the field. Yeah. I think this is the one of few that it's been like, all right, we just can't figure it out. So hopefully this time it's figured out. We had back, we had neck, we had hamstring, we had a little bit of everything. Hopefully it's all run its course. And then he'll get back out there, and we still have one of the top units in the NFL. So since I know it's going to happen, so I just want him to stay healthy.
That good strategy.
Yeah, man. Listen, we know what Tyron Smith is when he's healthy.
He's a dog.
But we know the effect that it has on this team when he's not. And it's night and day. It's night and day when you have a guy like Tyron Smith prepared to go in and he's in there, and then when he's out at the drop of a dime, we've usually not performed very well. No. This time you're lucky. You got Tyler Smith in there who can go in there and play left guard.
We'll see. It ain't gonna hurt us this week. It ain't gonna hurt us next week. We know what time it is. we know when it's really gonna come down to it. So
I'm gonna continue to pray for the man's health.
yeah.
Okay,
Stay healthy, big dog.
Because as former players, all that stuff, we do understand how hard it is to go through continue to go through these. We saw it happen with Sean Lee. We see it happen with Tyron. These guys want to go out here. They want to be the best that they can be. It's hard to deal with injury, especially when you do everything right. So I get it. So pray for his health. I want you to shine, man. I want you to shine, but I wanted to work out for the team.
We'll see.
You got nothing.
I hear you. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back with Danny McCray and Barry Church, Jason Whitlock said he's a real one. We'll tell you who he's talking about on the Cowboys team next, right here on the Players Lounge, DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, Shave Logic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit shavelogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to shavelogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The NFL is back in Las Vegas with the reimagined Pro Bowl games, and the roster is in your hands. Vote now. See your favorite players compete like never before. Text VOTE to 635635 or visit NFL.com/Pro Bowl Games Vote. Speaking of that, 19 hours ago on Twitter, DeMarcus Lawrence took to Twitter and he said, "Hearing I'm barely top 10 in Pro Bowl votes. Retweet if that pisses you off, Cowboys Nation." Picking out 2 retweets to win the signed football and helmet.
Wait a second. Hold on, man. Did you just say that, man? If you retweet this, you get an opportunity to have a signed football to help. That's what we doing for votes now? That's what the Pro Bowl has come to. We giving away signed footballs and helmets to come on, man.
And the thing is, are they even going to play?
That's what I'm saying. It's
like it's saying defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying?
It also has his and Michael Irvin's signature on it as well. So.
I'm gonna listen. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I was in for the Pro Bowl, man, I had my mama, my auntie, all the co-workers. They were just sitting there, just pressing enter over and over and over again. So I get it. I understand. I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Come on, that's what we doing now. Instead of letting the play on the field dictate what happens, we doing giveaways.
So what if they got an incentive in that contract that say if you make the Pro Bowl, you get X amount of dollars? Would you tweet that?
Yeah. Get me in there.
I'm by myself. As I'm doing, I'm just typing.
Give me your phone too.
Yeah. What Pro Bowl did you go to?
No, I didn't make it.
Okay.
And then
I said I was
trying. I know.
I was second to the dude in Green Bay. I forgot his name.
So shortly after that, D-Law tweets out, "Ha ha! Wow, it's working."
Oh.
But we got to, as a player, you understand that 9 times out of 10, the fan vote really don't matter.
Don't matter.
It don't matter at all. Like they say, yeah, it's fan vote. Yeah, you gonna get us in? No, not at all. I've seen cats with all the fan votes in the world become, what are those things? Not replacements, but if you're the guy, alternates in the game. Like it don't matter. It really comes down to when you're in that room and you walk in, coaches say, all right, here's a big board. Here's who we're voting for as a team to get into the Pro Bowl. Here's who we're not voting for.
Does anybody disagree? You'd be like, nah, I think you're good, coach. You just write it down.
You just write it down. Boom, boom, boom. The fan vote, they do that for just, TV and all that stuff, but it really doesn't matter.
Okay, well.
Did you retweet it?
No.
Do you think his play warrants a Pro Bowl?
Sure.
And this dude, he like, I gotta go in the locker room.
You know what I mean?
This one knew we sit there all the time, right there.
Right on the fence, son. Right on the fence, man.
How am I on the fence? You just asked.
Nah, sure is not. It's not. Nah, we got to read between the lines and try to figure out what you mean. Like yes or no.
I'm sure there's some PFF numbers to back up just what I said.
Is he? What you think, D-Man? You think he's a top 10 defensive end in the league right now?
Top 10, yeah, I give him top 10. How many sacks he got?
3. I think it was 3 or 4. I don't know. See, I think it's 3 or 4.
I think it's 4.
But he had 3 in one game.
I gotta go watch the film. Top 10. I don't want to say it too fast, but I think somebody should be voting for him. He's playing well. I mean, he's on one of the top defenses in the league.
That was my next thing. You're talking about a top defense here, one of the top defenses, and their lead. They were number 1 in sacks at least 2 weeks ago for sure.
48 sacks.
So and it's more than just Parsons, and obviously Parsons is the straw that's stirring the drink. So yeah, like I said, sure, he's there. Speaking of Twitter, Michael Parsons spent time on Twitter this morning.
Ooh, yeah.
Sometimes it's best to eat your, as somebody tweeted to me, it's best to just eat your hotcakes and sausage without tweeting.
Without tweeting. Sometimes it's better to have a conversation in the locker room.
Just say, good for you, Brittany Griner, and leave it at that.
That's it.
Drive right. That's what I did. Good.
That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got. If you had that conversation in the locker room, it give you more time to think. And you get different opinions like D-Mac was talking about. And you just be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't put this out here. Even though I believe it and even though this is how I feel, maybe it's not worth putting it out there.
Well, that's the thing. You only believe it for a minute until you educate yourself or until somebody educates you, right? And then you start to look a little deeper into it. I think anytime you want to comment on stuff that serious and that big, you should take some time to educate yourself.
Yeah.
And then speak on it. And if you still feel the same, then okay, all right. But when somebody asks you why or how, like why do you feel this way, then you should have some type of evidence or some facts to back it up. Because if you don't, then that's how we know it's just based off emotion and it's not really based off any real evidence that you've seen or read or taken the time to really invest your education in your mind into. And I think that's what happened to Michael Parsons this morning, which is why it was retracted so fast because somebody educated him. And
he did admit to that in some tweets.
Yeah,
they got out there, and he got into his disagreement of they traded trade for Brittany Griner and a Marine who's left over in Russia. Parsons was very upset, like, we let a Marine go. No, that's not right. And not understanding everything that went into the negotiation. And he wasn't as educated as he needed to be on the topic. And that's when he came back and started taking back some of the tweets. And then there's a picture of President Biden. He's like, we still ain't voting for you, is what he said.
Let me be clear on this, okay? I don't know who the hell the we is, but he ain't talking about black people. He talking about we as in the people that he know. I literally hate when folks do that. Like, we. You are not the leader of no race ain't no we. It's you and your friends, all right? You ain't speaking for everybody. Yeah. We as in Cowboys Nation. Who are you talking about? Just say I.
That's it.
The Parsons family. Say that. Speak for them. Because don't nobody be running around here thinking about you thinking that you are speaking for the masses or the general population of black. You're not, bro. It reminds me of another person who has lost his damn mind.
Yeah.
So when he tweeted that out, then Jason Whitlock came out and tweeted, wow, he's a real one. And then
You knew Whitlaw was going.
looking for somebody to be on.
He's with me.
People were calling him MAGA Parsons.
Got to be careful.
That was a good one though. That was a good.
Pass rush Limbaugh. You got that one.
You know the internet's undefeated.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of names out of it.
Some of the videos was funny too, man. Some of them was like Ezekiel Elliott when they read the tweet. It was like a bunch of dudes like on the knee, like putting their hand on their head.
Just what's going on?
And so he started a political fervor, and then he tweeted, "Quote this." He says, "My last tweet was no shot at Brittany Griner. I'm super happy she's back home, as she should be. I just have family who've served, and it's crazy to me the president wouldn't bring him home too. I'm the furthest thing from a Trump supporter, and I'm not a fan of Biden either." So that tweet has gotten 12,000.
Jeez.
Man.
12,000 comments and 13,000 retweets.
13,000 retweets.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the comments, bro.
Do players think like, oh, it ain't gonna blow up if I, like you're not only one of the best players in the count, you one of the top guys in the league.
He knew it was gonna blow up, but he wanted it to blow up in favor of what he was saying. Right?
He thought I'm gonna kill him with this one.
I'm gonna kill him with this one. I know I'm finna get a whole bunch of people backing me, and the thing about it is a lot of people backing him. And then even when he retracted and apologized, people was like, "You ain't got to apologize." I'm like, well, he obviously felt like he needed to. You supported him when he said it the first time, not support his apology. But that ain't the type of people that's on Twitter. Nah. That's not that type of space.
You know the Twitter fingers get the best of all of them.
Yeah, man.
So my first thought process was, one, everybody doesn't need to know everything you think. You know, everybody doesn't need to know. I don't even know. Not on this.
Especially not on this.
But you have endorsements. And you'd like to get more endorsements. I run from all this because I'm trying to keep clean.
Yeah.
But I'm not him.
That's true.
You got to have somebody to call in those situations. Because what I want to do is say, man, you got to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? I understand you trying to get your endorsements and stuff. But you got to have somebody that you can reach out to. Hey, man, so this is what I'm about to do. This is how I'm feeling about this. What do you think?
What are the ramifications going to be if I tweet this out?
Yeah.
What would and then at least it'll give you something to think about. You know, but I think, like you said, it was emotionally driven. Woke up, what is this? Like, you know.
So now he did tweet this.
After. Ain't no but after. It was too late. And I'm sure he didn't call them. Somebody called him.
Oh, without
because
a doubt.
He thought he was right.
Somebody hit him up. Yo, what you doing, big
He
dog?
thought he was right because he went on multiple tweets. It wasn't just one. And like, well, he didn't even think of it. Because sometimes you tweet and you have a little remorse. Like, dang, should I have tweeted that? Nah. He doubled down. We
hit me.
As in the Parsons family.
What you say? Double. I need a face card right now.
He split them. He split the 8.
Split them up.
He got another 8.
Hit me again. Sorry, you're at 16. Hit me again.
Watch this.
Man, yeah, he crapped out. And that's unfortunate, though, but I mean, that's a learning experience for the young man. He might want to take a page out of Trayvon Diggs' book and just delete the app for a while.
Yeah, just clear it off for a while, man.
Yeah, man, get on up off there, man, because it ain't gonna be nothing good for you for a long time. Especially, Herschel Walker just lost. Now that I seen that, I just don't understand why you would do that. Why would you do that?
Cause I mean, every time he tweeted something else, it was always a pouring out of just support and everything. So he think, oh man, whatever I drop is gonna be facts.
I mean, everybody's celebrating this woman coming home from 9 months of being detained in Russia. The first thing you got to say,
oh, hell no.
Not everyone was celebrating. You did have, there were a lot of people out there who seem to think that this is like you can plug in to trade like you do realgm.com.
movies.
We didn't get enough. I mean, literally, you saw people that talk about judging it and Wacom. He wasn't because it shouldn't have been a 1-for-1. It should have been a 2-for-1 swap. I mean, literally, I'm reading this out here.
We need her in the 5th round. Like,
right. The trade chart says you didn't get enough. Literally, I'm watching this from people and I'm shaking my head because my dad was in the military, and so. I'm not saying I know more than other people, but I got a lot of stuff you don't know when you start talking about the government and dealing with another government, and you're not talking about an ally, you're talking about an adversary here that you do. There's a whole lot that goes into that. And one of the biggest things is, and the president said it, the particular Marine, the people that he was not offered. So at the end of the day, if Danny's playing for the Cowboys and I say, we want to trade for Danny McCray, and Jerry says Danny McCray ain't available, then you know what? There's not going to be a trade for Danny McCray because he's not available. But there were just a lot of people, and Market was included. You didn't really understand what you were talking about here, and you just do my little tweak. Hey, she's back. Good. Let it go.
Let it ride.
I got one more thing.
Let it go.
That stemmed from Micah's apparent dislike of Joe Biden.
I could, yeah.
You don't like the guy already, so now no matter what he did, if it wasn't what you wanted to, then all of a sudden you still pissed off. I mean,
it's interesting. Harrisburg guy, Scranton guy, got issues. You a Pittsburgh guy? What's up?
Yeah, that's on the other side of the state. Yeah, you know what I mean? Pittsburgh all the way over there.
What's going on?
Scranton all the way over there.
What's going on with these guys?
I don't know what's
you
going
a
on
Texan
with
now,
these
bro.
guys.
You a Texan
It's
now.
facts,
Okay, you
it's
said
facts.
you not moving back up north. You
hell
got residents
no.
down here.
It's
You
too
a South Lake
cold.
guy.
It's too cold,
You a
man.
South Lake
It's
guy.
too cold.
You a South Lake
I
guy,
can't
man.
mess with
Welcome.
it.
First off, I want to say
Appreciate
welcome.
you. Thanks for having me in the state of Texas. Y'all welcome me like a brother, so
Come on in.
appreciate
It
it.
ain't the best place in the world, but cost of living is good. All right, we good. We
Those
good
state
down here.
taxes.
Those state taxes, we good down here.
You good.
So you guys as former players, what do you say in the locker room after you see this? When you see Mike?
Oh, the jokes is coming. As soon as you step, man, you see what this dude did, man? they coming at him. They coming. I'm telling you right now, it's not because you did it to yourself. You got nobody else to blame but yourself.
It's quiet in there. It's quiet in there because they was all laughing before he walked in. And then he walked in, they was like, there you go.
Everybody just looking at you.
Who gonna say something to him? And I told Charles, and Noah Brown was like, you over there taking Odell to the games, huh?
Doug ain't my taking away.
How about that?
Meet the press Parsons.
Oh, they flaming him up. No, they flaming him up right
Yeah, man,
now.
he made a mistake, man. He probably had a bad practice. My man is tripping this morning.
They came up with a bunch of names for my man here.
Bro, he's on. I guarantee you, he is on every not only sports channel, but he is also on every news channel. He on Fox News, he on CNN News, MSNBC News, all them news channels he gonna be on for the rest of the week.
Somebody for sure hit him with the magma Parsons when he walked in. Like,
throw him a red hat.
Here you go, big dog.
You know what to say, man. They were going after him, man. Man.
Trevor Noah about to be on. I'm just telling. I watch all these shows. They are about to be on Michael Parsons. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look.
Man, that's how it happened. Though you go from here.
You know who's happy? Jerry. Talking about his guys. He's gonna be on all these shows, all these fights.
I don't know if he's happy about this one.
Oh no, Jerry happy. Let's talk about the Texans. Let's take a break.
We're gonna talk about this. Sorry Texans.
The Governor's Cup, okay, guys? The Governor's Cup is up. So I believe, Chris Beam, check on that. Is this still fighting for the Governor's Cup, or was that just the preseason game? Let's do that next, right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys? Jack Black. Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original angel food and new angel food slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic angel food or the new angel food slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Experience the magic of the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters during Christmas time. With your ticket, you'll enjoy a 45-minute guided tour, Christmas cookies, and a takeaway limited edition Dallas Cowboys ornament. Select dates are now available and will sell out fast. So book your visit now at thestarinfrisco.com/tours. And you know what? We're a part of the tour.
They are. They come through. They come through. Check us out.
Yes, we are a part of the tour experience, so you can see where we're at here in these beautiful SWC Podcast Mortgage Studios right here at the Star. He's Barry Church.
Yes, sir.
Danny McCray, they're former Dallas Cowboys safeties. I'm Louis Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Our guy Heckman Harrison is not feeling well, so he's going to be down the rest of the week. So hopefully we'll see Heck healthy next week. Cowboys Houston, 17 point.
Just the tone.
It's just
like, man, we got to talk about this.
This is part 2 of the 3-part AFC South Classic. The Cowboys are playing these 3 straight teams. The classic here, like a baseball series, Astros Rangers Lone Star Series. Here we go. Man. So AFC South, and here comes the Houston portion of it, and the Governor's Cup. You guys both play college ball. Did you guys ever have to play for any cups, jugs, swords?
We had the
what'd you have?
peace pipe. It was a peace pipe between Bowling Green and Toledo. Yeah, so that was our
Cheech and Chong Award.
Cheech and Chong. Old peace pipe. That was it.
No, I think we had Arkansas. We played for it was like the Battle of the Boot.
Chris Tucker come out presented to you.
Yeah.
Old peace pipe coming through, man. What you had over there at LSU?
It was like the Battle of the Boot, I think. We played Arkansas.
Yeah,
so we played for that. It was a big thing for Arkansas for sure. Not as big for us, but
was that created once they got to the SEC, or was that before? Did they have it way before?
I don't know nothing about no SEC history. I know we won it and lost it. Darren McFadden took it from us a couple times.
I forgot about McFadden.
So when it happened, it was like presented after the game, or guys excited about it, or was it just like, what you guys got over there, and you see the guys?
Arkansas cared. We didn't. It's just like Dallas week. For Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like Houston right now is like the battle I-45. Like the Texans, best thing of their season would be to come up here and beat Dallas. It's like that. For us,
gotcha.
We want the natty. We want the SEC championship. Battle the boot. If you're having a bad season, then your coach will be like, well, we can still get the battle. That's the only time. Yeah, that's the only time it really matters. We go into the season like, we got to beat Arkansas so we can get that. That wasn't on the list.
That tradition started in 1901.
Way back when.
There you go. So, Chris Beam, will Governor Abbott be here for the game?
Got me on that one, bud.
The Governor's Cup?
It is the Governor's Cup.
The Governor's Cup.
Governor's Cup. Best thing about the Governor's Cup is on my fantasy football team, I have the Dallas defense and I have Dak Prescott starting as my quarterback. That is the best thing about this 12 o'clock game that we'll be playing against the Houston Texans.
You might get a combined 70 out of just them two right there, man.
Yeah. Because I'm looking for that number 1 seed in that first round bye. I need a win. I need a win, and I need somebody else to lose. And Texans, you can help me, baby. Do something for your Houston-born native.
Go out and get scraped.
Go out there and get scraped, man. Throw a couple picks, give up a couple touchdowns in the air. Maybe a rushing touchdown to Dak.
Fumble a couple.
I got Schultz too, so throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm Cowboys heavy this week.
All right, guys, how we feel about Thursday Night Football?
It's gonna be a good old fashioned. What they got? The Raiders versus LA. Huh?
Rams.
Is Mayfield playing this game?
Super Bowl champions.
That'd be quick. That'd be
a quick turnaround.
I don't know.
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. Maybe Mayfield.
You looking forward to see Mayfield play?
Something to watch. Who you gonna want to Wolford? What's his name? What's the quarterback? You want to watch him out there?
How about I'm not watching?
Are the Raiders in the playoff hunt?
They're still alive, technically, I think.
They, so you still got Devontae Adams, you got Carr, they still got everything they want in front of them. All right, Devontae Adams is a pleasure to watch at the receiver position.
They got like 13 tubs, 13, 14 tubs.
Jacobs also, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to watch a good offense or offense with some really good pieces, then you tune in and watch watch the Raiders play.
At 5-7, the Raiders they're not done. I mean, in this new world, you're not done.
Yeah, the Lions ain't done. So I know the Raiders.
That Ramsey Devontae Adams matchup. Yeah. He been getting burnt this year.
Not exactly sold on their chances of getting there, but they got the same record as the Cleveland Browns.
Who got a better chance, them or the Lions?
Oh, the what's the name?
The Raiders or the Lions?
Raiders.
Raiders. I mean,
Lions.
Part of the Lions is
their offense is nice.
They rolling right now.
The Lions' offense is nice.
Feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I think he out of there. He gonna be out of there.
I had hope for him too in the Hard Knocks.
It's a wrap.
The reports out there right now says that Mayfield will be active for the game.
Let's go.
He'll be active.
Let's go.
He gonna start though.
The problem for the Lions is they had to play the NFC East this year. And right now, everybody in the division is got a better record than the Lions. And then the team with the worst record, Washington, 7-5, they beat the Lions this year. So
that's a wrap.
So they're not cutting it close here.
Campbell bought himself another year though.
He got a 6-year deal, man. Yes, he got a 6-year deal out the front. So you don't know he bought this or that. They stuck.
It's Detroit. Yes,
yeah.
they got to sign a guy to 6 years.
They playing for him. They playing hard. They just need some more talent overall. But they playing hard.
And he's got to make better decisions too, man. Yeah. He out there in that Brandon Staley school shaking his head. What are you doing on fourth down, man? Why are we going for points right now?
Who's that again? B. Staley?
Staley.
The guy that's ruining my guy's career. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's terrible.
Yeah,
he's terrible. He downright terrible.
That's like listen. I know that Joe Burrow. He got to get back on it. Joe Burrow
got a bad coach. He got a bad coach. Joe Burrow's head coach.
Who's worse?
Wait, listen. Let me tell you something. Who's a better quarterback? Joe Burrow.
Herbert, man. It is what it is, man.
Yesterday, you flipping like him now. Yesterday, you said that Joe Burrow this year is better. Last year, he was better. That's 2 out of 3 years.
He's having a better season.
He's better.
I would tell
Herbert has no weapons all year.
The beauty of Joe Burrow, he was so good. Won a national championship with Ed Orgeron. Got Ed Orgeron paid. He leaves the building. They find out how bad of a coach Ed Orgeron was.
Oh, man, here we go. So they ain't lose.
That is true.
They ain't lose Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase after Burrow left.
Hey man,
they ain't lose Clyde Edward-Helaire.
They
ain't
lose a lot. They lost a lot, but teams lose a lot. They don't fall off like LSU fell off.
And
people was leaving left and right. LSU lost a lot of talent.
We always lose a lot of guys though, bro.
Look at that guy, bro. Now he gonna leave. We gonna come up and say what's up and leave. He ain't trying to step up in here, man.
I'm just saying that just shows you, man. That dude almost won a Super Bowl with a head coach that's not that good. And the reason they lost the Super Bowl because that dude made more worse decisions than Sean McVay. Sean McVay did not have a good Super Bowl at all. Did not have a good Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying, Joe Burrow is that dude.
Yeah.
But
all right, Heck. All right, baby, Heck.
20 off the bus. All right, 20 off the bus.
You're gonna eat some tasty cakes like that. Heckman here, you keep on rolling like that. Eating some bad food.
Good.
Eating some bad food.
They got me on tape.
All right, so tomorrow we'll make our predictions for
I'm talking about this game, this slobber knocker that's about to happen.
I got the Raiders winning the
Battle of the Governors.
The Raiders?
Give me the Raiders.
Yeah,
Give me the Raiders. They got something to play for. You got to get this. I mean, the Rams just don't have dudes.
Nah,
you just don't have dudes, and and if you are, if you're a guy like Ramsey, how do you get through this?
He out there. He a part of it too.
I mean, he got Devontae Adams. He want his reputation to stay tight. He better line up on Devontae.
Cat's been eating on Ramsey.
Calf hurt early.
Well, I do that before I get toasted. I'll tell you that.
Ain't gonna lie.
So sitting there 4 games winning. Yeah, let me get out the game.
In my leg.
Warm up. Get the warm ups.
Okay, not today, man. I wish I could, guys, but no, I can't do it.
Y'all fight.
Fight for me.
Remember the ring. Rams house.
Man.
All right, Barry Church, appreciate you. Danny McCrae, appreciate you. Hey, I hear you. Just want you to know that, guys. I'm Louis Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.